everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome to everyone who's coming on. Welcome all my replay viewers. Thanks for joining. Glad you guys are making it on today. So thankful to have everyone here. I'm going to flip my camera around so I can talk with you guys better. Hello. If this is your first time with me, my name is Keely, and I am the owner of LoveHopeAdventure.com. I blog about the marriage relationship, intimacy in marriage, how to have a closer relationship with your spouse, and sometimes I talk about some lifestyle things, such as general homemaking and raising kids, and all the things that go into being married and running a home and having a relationship. So today I wanted to do sort of a fun scope, because sometimes I know I get a little bit heavy and deep. And seriously, marriage doesn't need to be that way. It doesn't have to be heavy and deep and always quiet and things like that. Sometimes it needs to be loud and funny and exciting. And sometimes we just have to talk about the things that, I think a lot of people want to stay guarded about what they do in their bedrooms, which I completely agree with, and I think they should do that. But sometimes I think we have this idea that other people have stuff mastered that we don't have. And I think some of that probably comes from, like, the television. So you look on TV and you can see actors getting into position to have sex, and it just seems like it's so easy for them. And why can't it be like that in my own bedroom? Well, it's because it's staged, right? It's fake. Now, here's a disclaimer. I don't watch sex scenes, and I hope that you don't either. But I have seen enough stuff start happening on television to know that what's about to happen next is all... It's not real. It's staged. It's directed. And so I wanted to kind of talk about some of the sex positions that you might hear of that sound a lot sexier than what they really are. For example, shower sex. I mean, doesn't that just sound romantic and wonderful and sexy? But if you've ever tried to have sex in the shower, I'm sure you'll find that it's kind of slippery, and someone's going to rub up against the wall, and there's maybe not enough space in there for anything to really occur. You know, if you've got like a stand-up shower, never mind, man. That's like a one person thing. Somebody says shower sex is great until somebody falls. Yeah, that's like always the biggest problem, right? Like everything is so slippery and there's nowhere to stand, and I don't know. And if you've got like height difference between you and your spouse, standing up to have sex can be very difficult. And that's another one of those positions. Standing up to have sex, man, that just sounds so sexy. But then when you try to stand up to have sex, it's like, okay, one of us is going to have to get a couple of inches taller. Maybe I should stand on something. Maybe this person's going to have to really squat down. And really getting into position to have sex like that in the shower, standing up, things like that, it's not smooth. It's not easy. You guys feel like a bunch of idiots trying to do it. Like, I don't even know which way to move. How can I do this? And guys, let me tell you something. Most sex positions are like that. Most sex positions that are any fun or kind of awkward, it's going to take a lot of communication, a lot of moving, going really slow. Wait, that's not the right spot. You need to move forward. You need to back up, go slower, go faster, whatever. I mean, that's real sex. That's what it really means to have sex. You guys just are not going to move in tandem with each other trying to get in position. Please. In fact, even when you're in the middle of having sex, sometimes you have to be like, oh, I got to reposition my back or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think another sexy position or sex position that sounds really fun and exciting is having sex on the floor. Man, that is really hard to do. It actually kind of hurts. I don't know if it's because the floor is so hard or straight, but it's actually really hard to get in the right position if you're on the floor. It just seems so romantic, right? Let's get on the floor, let's lay on the blanket, and then it's like, okay, this is not working as much for me as I thought it would, or maybe because your bed is it just kind of raises you up or pushes you down or whatever, and the floor is different. Maybe another sex position that just sounds really sexy. So somebody says this is so true. Their husband hates it on the floor. It is so hard, and it hurts too. I don't care requires the visits to the chiropractor after. I don't care, you know, how you normally have sex, guy on top, girl on bottom, girl on top, guy on bottom. I don't know. It just hurts to lay on the floor. And it just doesn't work right. So another one I see is where a guy picks a girl up and has sex with her up against the wall. Like, who can do that? Athletes? If you and your spouse can get into that position, good on you. I don't know how anybody's going to move after that. It sounds super sexy, but it's really just awkward and hard, and, you know, really so few people can actually make that occur, right? It just seems like, oh, we should be able to do this. This would be fun. Those are some of the ones that are coming to my mind right now. It just sounds so sexy. I don't know. Like, I think you always see on movies somebody clearing desks and tables to have sex. Have you ever tried to have sex on a table or a desk? That is not easy to happen. Getting your spouse up on getting them up on the table, I mean, that's already hard enough, right? Like, I don't know what they have to do on movies to make that happen. Oh, somebody says beach sex. Oh, please. That does sound really... No, I am not doing that on the beach. Oh my goodness, sand would be everywhere. All right? There's just so many things that seem so romantic. Oh, we could be having sex while we're like water rolling over us. Oh my goodness, that would be so ridiculous, right? And like I said, like table sex or getting on tables and stuff like that, it just sounds so exciting and romantic, and then try it out and then you're like, okay, I don't even know where to go now. I'm gonna have to climb on this table. You're not getting me up here. I'm not sure what it takes, but it's gonna be a not smooth sailing. So I don't talk about this stuff to discourage you guys from trying new sex positions or even trying the ones I'm talking about. I think you should try lots of different things with your spouse, because really, at the end of the day, you have no idea what you're going to like or what you're not going to like. So get on the website and look for some sex positions you can try this weekend. I encourage you guys to do that. And I know that searching for sex positions can be very concerning, like what am I going to find? But I like a website called christianfriendlysexpositions.com, and they have just descriptions of the moves, and it does not have any pictures. It doesn't have any bad language on there. If they have any form of picture whatsoever, it's two little figurines trying to get in the position. And I wish they would do more of that, actually, because sometimes I go to read the instructions and I'm like, wait, where am I supposed to go now? So that is a safe website that you can go to, and it's called Christian Friendly Sex Positions. And I've really appreciated their website and their message and what they do over there. They're some of the bloggers that I have built relationship with, and I really enjoy them. So, definitely try some stuff out. So I'm not trying to discourage you guys from having sex on the floor or in the shower or on tables and things like that, but I just want you guys to know that christianfriendlysexpositions.com. I know it's like 4 words, but they really wanted to make sure that their brand messaging was in the name, and I completely agree. Christian Friendly Sex Positions. And I can link to this on my scope page at lovehopeadventure.com/scope. And I can put their link up there. You can even do somebody actually put it up here for me. Great, that's exactly it. Yep, you guys got it. Awesome. I really like that website, and I'm not saying that's the only website out there. They're just the ones that I have been most familiar with, and I have seen some other sex positions on like certain roundups that are appropriate, and they don't have, inappropriate pictures and words and stuff, but usually it's just sort of these once-off articles, which while their website is completely dedicated to a roundup of the sex positions you can try, so it's not like getting a Kama Sutra book or whatever, where you're like, what am I going to be seeing in this? Because they definitely have some pictures in that kind of books. So I hope you guys will try out some new things this weekend. I suggest that if you're looking for some ways to have more fun in the bedroom with your spouse, get active. That is really helpful to help you feel engaged with your spouse, whatever that means, whether it's we're going to try a new sex position or we're going to try 2 or 3 new sex positions. look, if you try something and it's not working, then do something different. It's okay to try a couple of things and be like, well, none of this is working, but we had a good time laughing and it got us kind of breaking the ice with us while we're being intimate, and now let's do the thing that we know we like. So always try stuff that's new in that regard. You know, this is one of the most exciting parts about being married, is that you get to explore your body with your spouse and explore your spouse's body, and together you guys get to learn what the other one likes. And you guys can read blogs all day. You can look at stuff all day that will tell you, like every time I go to the store, I see Cosmopolitan telling me all the things a man wants in bed. Listen, you don't have to read their magazine to know what your man wants in bed, or your wife. You just ask them, hey, what do you like? If they say, I don't know, well, here's where the fun begins. Then you start figuring it out together. And I'm glad somebody said that the site looks like a great resource. I can only imagine they're talking about ChristianFriendlySexPositions.com, and they try to upload, I don't know, new positions pretty often. And I will tell you, there is a lot of positions on there that you're going to read, and you're going to be like, I don't know if I can do that physically. Yeah, they're going to just put everything up there. Things that I'm not sure who can do these things sometimes, but they have a lot of really great things that you can look at. And there's some other resources, marriagebedtips.com. I think it might be called marriagebedtips.com or just marriagebed.com. They have some cool roundups too for different positions. And I will definitely, because I know that coming up with something new to try in the bedroom can be very hard. You have to go to people you trust to find things. And believe me, there's plenty of terrible things on the internet that you don't want to look at. But that's one of the reasons why I wanted to build Love, Hope, Adventure the way I did, because I think we need to have these discussions, but we need to have them in a safe place. We need to be able to look at things without violating our principles and morals. And so I'm really thankful that in this, in the market of marriage bloggers, that there are many of us that believe in Christ and we want to talk about these personal issues through a scriptural lens, but we've got to be open and honest enough to say, okay, this is how you do it. This is how you and your spouse get into this position so you can try and enjoy it. So yeah, I really appreciate bloggers like them, because they are giving really great information without anybody walking away feeling dirty because they've looked at something that makes them feel bad. So I'm really thankful for that, and I will try to put more resources together for you guys, because I definitely have a lot of bloggers that I follow, that I trust, and I've been working with them for over a year and a half. So yeah, guys, try new things this weekend with your spouse if you have the time. If you don't have time, find some time next week. I've been blogging on my website about how to be a better lover this year. And one of the things that I talked about this week was spend longer having sex. So dedicate an hour and a half or two to be intimate with your spouse. And what does that look like? Well, some of it starts with trying out some of these different sex positions. Some of it means more foreplay. It doesn't mean you have to be in the act of being together, like sexually, like guy and girl going on for a full 2 hours, but it does give you plenty of time to experiment, to try new things, to, okay, let's see if we can get in this position, or let's see if we like that position, or let's see if we like this thing or that thing. And I really encourage you guys to spend this month, plan a time where you're going to spend 2 hours, an hour and a half, something like that, having sex. I don't think that's unreasonable, because when you go on a date, you're going to spend that time together on a date, right? You're going to go out for 2 hours or so. And so I think it requires some planning. And somebody said that they're 4 weeks postpartum. Yeah, you're going to have to not do anything this weekend. But it's coming. It'll be soon. You'll get to be back into that. And I know this is a hard time for you if you're going through postpartum or some kind of physical thing where you can't be intimate with your spouse. Do other things in this time. Get close to him or her or whoever. Do other things to be intimate during this time. So, guys, thanks so much for joining me. If you want to know what I've been blogging about, go over to lovehopeadventure.com and you guys can see what's been on my mind. Be sure to sign up for my newsletters. I have a general marriage list and a spicy list. So, on the spicy list, You get access to all of my free printable bedroom games, and I weekly send out emails that are a little bit more geared toward sex and some of these resources, and I try to keep that stuff off of the general marriage list because I want people to know what in the world they're signing up for. Yes, somebody asked, Love Hope Adventure. Is that what I said? Yes, lovehopeadventure.com. And you can go to my newsletter page. It's lovehopeadventure.com/newsletter. And there's the sign up for the 2 newsletters that I send out. I send them out on a weekly basis. If you sign up for the general marriage one, you can get free conversation starters, which I always suggest you should take on dates with you. My husband and I, we've been married for 13 years, and every time we go out on a date, we bring our conversation starters so that we can really connect with one another and put aside all of our responsibilities that we've been dealing with. And then my other list, the spicy list, gives you access to all, I think I have maybe 8 bedroom games on the site right now, and I'm actually about to release another one as soon as I get my lazy tail in gear and put it out there. It's created, I just have to write about it. So, thanks so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Monday. I take the weekends off on Scope, so see you guys around the same time Monday.